Right, Superman Legacy and James Gunn and DC. It's not off to a great start, is it? Let's get real here. It's not off to a great start. You got rid of Henry Cavill. You tried to keep Ezra Miller around, or at least promote him because you have a lot of money invested in that movie. Gal Gadot is kind of apparently lying now that you said, James Gunn, that she was going to be on board and stay in and she was going to make a new film. You're saying Blue Beetle's part of the DCU, but it doesn't look like it is. Again, you got rid of Henry Cavill. Now you're saying you weren't going to be making a young Superman movie? And age wasn't a factor? What? Pretty certain it was. Because you were making a young Superman movie, weren't you? You were making a younger Superman. In fact, James, mate, you just keep getting quiet and lies. Obviously, look, I'm addressing someone who's never going to watch the video, but you guys know that he is lying, and we're going to take a look at it today. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Let's take a look. So after claiming the reason that he fired Henry Cavill was because of his age, James Gunn now says, I was never going to make a young Superman movie. Sorry, what? Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. You liar. You absolute liar. Look at this guy. God damn, man. He fits right in Hollywood. Just constant placating and schmoozing and lies. So DC Studios CEO, co-CEO anyway, James Gunn, who also happens to be the writer and director for Superman Legacy, recently stated that he was never making a young Superman movie, despite previously asserting the reason he canned Henry Cavill was due to his age. Look, there was many reasons why he canned Henry Cavill. There's many reasons why. But he just so happened to say that was one of them. So, contextually speaking, it's a dumb thing to come out and say. Either way, on the back end of it, or saying it initially. You shouldn't have said it initially, is the point. Again, there was many reasons why he shit-canned Henry Cavill. That he gave. So, back in December 2022, Gunn seemed to make it crystal clear that his main reason for firing Henry Cavill from the role of Superman was because of his age. Now, he did that. Why did he do that? Because it's something which you can't argue with. It's finite. Hey, he's aged out of the role that we want for the movie. It's actually a pretty smart way to appease people, to appease fans, because you can just go, look, sorry, he's just too old. We want a fresh face because we're trying to prolong this character moving forwards. It makes a lot of sense doing that, actually. But then he's contradicted himself, isn't he? Which is, I think, the point that people have an issue with. So he posted to Twitter, in the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life. So the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. Oh, okay. And then a day after, noting his movie was focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life, Gunn asserted that Henry Cavill was fired because he's a different age. So James Gunn, when you show us the movie coming out, will you explain why Cavill is getting recast, please? As I said yesterday, it's very simple. He's a different age. I mean, yeah. But if you're not focusing on a young part of his life, age wouldn't be a factor. Because, I mean, if it's 5 years, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? You can't sit there and be that pedantic about it and be like, well, look, he's not the same age. 5 years matters. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. God damn, this guy, honestly. I love the internet sleuths finding all of James Gunn's lies. Do you remember that time where he said that Ben Affleck was going to be super excited to direct a DC project, and then Ben Affleck came out and was like, no, I'm not directing anything for you guys. Hell no. So many lies. So in response to another user questioning Gunn's narrative that the film was not an origin story, Gunn asserted he's not meeting the major characters for the first time either. He's merely younger. Again, that kind of comment only matters if it's significantly younger. A significant age. You wouldn't say that otherwise, would you? You just wouldn't. What would be the point? So it is because he's younger. God damn it. Again, there's many reasons why you'd recast Henry Cavill. Using his age is a smart thing to say when you don't contradict yourself. And it's a smart thing to say because people can't argue with it. You just go, look, he's just too old. Sod. Nothing against him. Just too old. That's it. You know? It's a BS excuse, but you can't argue with it. You can't work your way around that one. It's like when, like, you know, a really ugly girl comes onto you or something and you're just like, I've got a partner, even when you don't. Like, you can't BS yourself around that as an excuse, can you? Anyway, that's a shit example. However, by the end of January, Gunn had begun attempting to shift the narrative he initially created around why Henry Cavill was fired. So he told The Hollywood Reporter that Cavill wasn't fired despite Cavill coming back in Black Adam as Superman and then announcing his return to the character on Instagram. A little over a month after that initial announcement, Cavill would inform his followers he would not be returning to the role, and Gunn said, "We didn't fire Henry. Henry was never cast. For me, it's about who do I want to be cast as Superman, and who do the filmmakers we have want to cast. And for me, for this story, it isn't Henry." I like Henry. I think he's a great guy. I think he's getting dicked around by a lot of people, including the former regime at this company, but the Superman is not Henry for a number of reasons. Again, yeah, but don't lead it that it's age. So anyway, continued to shift the narrative in March, responded to casting rumours, claimed Gunn was looking for actors to play Superman, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. Untrue, we haven't begun casting other than making lists, and it's not limited to people in their 20s. Sorry, what? Thought you were doing young ones. Gunn would eventually cast David Corenswet to play Superman. At the time of the casting announcement, he was 29. However, he's just turned 30. Henry Cavill's just turned 40. Corenswet casting and Gunn's clear shift in the narrative. It was already looking like something else was motivating factor as to why Henry Cavill was fired. Aside from his age, given Hollywood routinely has older actors play younger. And it's true, you know. Again, just to get James Gunn. So in Blue Beetle, at least in the commercial, Jamie knows who Superman is. And you've said Blue Beetle is in your DCU. So is your young Superman movie set in the past? I've never said a young Superman movie, just a Superman movie. Yeah, alright, mate. Sure. I mean, it's an earlier part of Superman's life, therefore a younger Superman. You've recast the actor because of age, supposedly, by your own admission. So then, what? Of course it's young Superman, dickhead. Anyway, he's such an idiot. Such an idiot. Again, we know why he fired. We know there's many, many reasons why he fired Henry Cavill. And we know why he's using age as an excuse. It is an excuse. It's one of those things you can't argue with. That's why he's throwing it out there. But it's nonsense. And I just love the fact that internet sleuths keep dredging him up for it. So anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Cheers. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye.